Why does it take a whole year for you to want to make a change? You should be wanting to better yourself every single day.
Why don't people stick to their resolutions?
They don't have enough pain to actually want to make the change.
Why do we need to be reminded that we've got one life, one shot, and that we should be running towards our dreams? You said it's difficult to achieve your goals without other people. I think it's impossible. If you are setting goals without knowing who is going to support you and hold you accountable, push you, pull you towards that goal, you shouldn't even be doing it. Forget it, because you are going to fail. I get messages all the time asking me how I went from $100,000 in bad debt to a $13 million portfolio. By watching this show every week, I will share exactly how I did it, how I achieved it, and the lessons that I've learned along the way. So do me a favor and please subscribe to our channel. It's simple, it's free, and it helps keep the show going for you. This is where you eat and we talk about changing the way that you think about money, with insights from successful investors, entrepreneurs, and everyday people taking control of their financial futures. So double check that you're subscribed, and thank you for being part of this journey. Hi everybody, and welcome to this amazing episode of the Lunchtime Investor Show. Happy New Year, everybody. And that is why we have got Keith Sullivan here. Hi Keith, because we're going to be talking about how to rewire your habits and build wealth in 2026. So I'm extremely excited for this. This is the kind of thing we're going to be talking about. Everyone has heard about this. New year, new me. Keith, have we heard about that?
One of the worst sayings I think of.
Why? New year, new me.
Again, why does it take a whole year for you to want to make a change?
Okay.
I think we need to have that discussion because you should be wanting to better yourself every single day.
Okay, new day, new me. It doesn't really, okay. Yeah, new year, okay. Why not? Okay. But since it is the new year, so here's the problem is that most people, let's face it, we start off, we do the gym, we do the running. By the way, have you started training yet for the marathon?
Yeah. Well, the training's going all right.
Yeah?
Am I going to survive the marathon?
Well,
we'll see.
That's another thing.
But
so,
we're going there.
Yeah, you're getting there. Okay, new year, new me actually might be setting you up to fail. Let's talk about that. So we need to really shift our identity. That's what we really need. Shift that identity so that success becomes natural. 90-day transformation plan. In the members meeting, we call that the 90-day momentum plan. So it's more of a sprint. So, well, how about new quarter, new me? Is that better?
Yeah, I think it does work better. It takes, 90 days to build a habit? Okay, positive or negative?
Depends on the habit. Depends on the habit.
A negative habit.
No, it depends on the habit. It could be, some people say 3 weeks, some people 67 days. It just depends on the habit. Yeah. And who you are and, all kinds of things. And also, more importantly, how to build 2026 wealth plan. That's really what we want to be talking about. So I've got a question for you, Keith. Why don't people stick to their resolutions? Why do you think people lack that conviction to actually follow through?
Great question. And I think it's very, very simple. They don't have enough pain to actually want to make the change. A lot of people go to me, and I speak to thousands every single year, and they say, I want to make a change, I want to make a change, I want to make a change. And they don't, because there's not enough pain to do so.
So it's their why, is it?
Yeah.
The reason why, their motivation behind it.
Correct.
So you think it's pain?
It has, at the beginning, what was the stat? I think it was like 90% of people are driven by pain. You're going to do more to move away from that pain than you are to pleasure.
Right, so it's the towards away thing. So you will do more to run away from the fire than you will to run towards a cooler place, for example.
100%.
Because pain hurts.
Pain definitely does hurt. And can you be driven by pain all of your life? No. As long as you're making a change, then you can have that shift of actually then wanting to continue what you're doing to then start moving towards pleasure.
So let's have some examples then. So somebody says, I say, well, why do you want to make a change? They want, because I want to have more money.
Yeah.
So what's the pain?
That's definitely not going to be powerful enough for them. Okay. If someone goes, I want to have more money, that's great. Everyone wants more money, don't we? Everyone thinks, okay, I can have money just dropping in my lap. My mum always said, there's no such thing as a money tree. Right? And I never understood it when I was a kid, obviously, but it's so true because everyone wants the immediate gratification that they get it then and then. But when you go, I want more money, why? Why do you want more money? If you just want more money to go out shopping and enjoy life and is that really going to be powerful enough to make a change?
Okay, so you're saying you need to go down a level. So for example, at the Wealth Creation Masterclass, I'm going to ask this 7 times. So I'm going to say, right, so why do you want this? So I want more money. Okay, but why do you want more money?
Correct.
Okay, and then what? I want more money. because I want to buy more things.
Yeah. And then the more that you ask that question, the more they're going to start to think about, okay, I've done the
So why do I want to buy more
correct.
things?
It's got to be the why behind it.
The why behind it.
And then all of a
I
sudden,
tell you what, you get to what, the root cause?
root cause. It's root cause analysis, right? You work all the way backwards to that cause of why you need that.
And you think
happen.
that's what's going to motivate you longer than just the I want more money?
100%. And again, you could keep going, I want more money because I want to buy good, nice things, blah, 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 blah. But if you keep asking that question, I guarantee that root cause is when I grew up, we did not have money. I could not buy the stuff, right? And that, again, is pain. Because growing up, if you couldn't afford the nice things, the holidays, the luxury goods, then all of a sudden, when you're an adult, you're going to want that lifestyle. So then money comes and goes so quickly because you'll go, I want more money because I want to buy this, I want to buy this, I want to buy this. But the root cause of that,
where's that coming from?
That.
Yeah, interesting. Most people don't really know themselves. But the other thing is, you asking yourself that question is much more difficult than somebody else. It could be a friend, right?
Yeah.
You like listening, watching this, you could ask somebody just to keep asking you that question, writing down the answer. Okay, but why do you want that? But how does that make you feel? And all this kind of stuff until you get to that, right? So having somebody else do it.
Yeah, and I think that does come down to the next big point of having some level of community or accountability, okay? Because you're going to do more for other people than you are yourselves. And you need other people to keep you accountable. We've got amazing members in our community, and they're asking me every single couple of days of, how is your marathon running going? How are you doing this? How are you doing that? How's the training? Like you just asked me as well. And again, I don't want to be that person to go, oh, I've done nothing, right? So again, I'm going to do more so I don't be that person to go, look, I've done no exercise. I've done no training.
I'm the same, right? So I have Tom. Everybody knows my trainer, Tom, right? So every day, 7:15 in the morning. Now, do I know how to do press-ups? Do I know how to lift weights? Yes, I do. But why do I need to pay somebody to watch me do it and say one more, and here's one more, or 1 more minute is like 5 minutes, and you just get so much more out of it. Why is that? Why do we need that motivation? Why?
Because again, when you are going, do you know what? That's enough. Having someone go, no, that is not enough.
Oh, so to push out of the comfort zone.
Because again, on the other side of that comfort zone is immense growth, as we always say, right? You need to get away from being comfortable. If you stay comfortable all your life, you're never going to grow. You're never going to develop.
Yeah.
So you need to make sure that you become more uncomfortable to then actually start making changes. And I think that's something that you do here with Tom, right? Because if you're doing a plank for 5 minutes, you go, oh, 5 minutes is great. It's above the average for a lot of people, right? So you go, that is great. I'm better than a lot of people here. But there's someone above you can do 6 minutes. Someone above you could do 7 minutes. But you ain't going to think in that sense.
Do you know the world record is in planking?
No, what's the world record?
It's 8.5 hours.
There's no way you can last 8.5 hours.
I can't.
No, Aussie.
Why can't I?
No, you can.
No, you mean just... Listen, you know what the plank is, right? Do you want to show us? No, I don't know whether you can.
Well,
you
do it on the table.
do it anyway. But the thing is, it's 8 hours. Now, I can do maximum 9 minutes. That's quite good, though. 9 minutes.
Yeah.
Come on, 9 minutes is
it's
pretty
better
good.
than me.
I'm shaking at the end
I'm
of it.
doing 3.5.
3.5?
Yeah. I'm not.
Okay, you get there. But if we had a competition, I bet you would keep going and I'd have to keep the
100%. It's like what we do in the office a couple of weeks ago.
That's another form of accountability, by the way, is having competition. So maybe another way of doing this to stick, because this is all about sticking to your New Year's resolution. I know you don't like the year, quarterly resolution, whatever, Happy New Year, everybody, is to either, get yourself a coach and a mentor. People say, oh, that costs money. They don't want to invest in themselves because they think it's a cost.
Yeah.
Okay, then how about a friend or somebody who picks you up? Can you imagine somebody picking up to go to the gym? They're like, ding dong, I don't feel like going, get your ass in the car. Like, they're there waiting for you.
Of course.
That's something you could do.
Competition is definitely a big thing because we, a couple of weeks ago in the office, had a press-up competition.
Did you?
Right? Yeah. So during lunch...
Where was I?
Oh, you were somewhere. But during lunch, we were having a press-up competition and Adam done 63 without stopping.
Yeah.
Pete done 64.
Hold on, you did 63 without stopping?
63. Pete done 64. And then I done 64 as well.
I bet Pete went after Adam.
Yes. And then I went after Pete.
Right.
Right. But again, I wanted to give up on like 40.
Right.
But I'm in my head, I'm like, they cannot beat me.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're pushing past what
So hold on, you did 65.
I done 64, so I drew. But don't forget.
Well, it doesn't really prove your point there, does it, really?
Because when I do push-ups, and I've done these competitions before, if it's by myself, I get to 40 and I go, okay, that's enough.
Fair enough.
So I've done 25 more.
Yeah.
Or 24 more, if I can count.
Now, we talked about, why and all this kind of stuff. And I think what I'm hearing there, it's not just about making a decision. It's about a deeper commitment, a root cause, and it's kind of like shifting almost who you are, like an identity.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at this. We've all set goals, right? Goal setting. Let's stop setting goals. Let's do goal achievement. How do we do that? How many of us actually do this, what you said, run towards the life that we say that we want? This is interesting because you say we do more running towards, running away from, which is the pain. But this is Dean Graziosi here, who's talking about running towards. Okay, so let's watch this video on Dean Graziosi.
Just one. Why aren't we running like we're on fire towards our wildest dreams? We got one shot at this. Why aren't we like the crazy one? I want people to look, that guy is nuts. Good. I got one shot at this life. I'd rather you call me crazy and a dreamer than a settler. You always know the leader by the arrows in their back, right? People aren't talking or judging or thinking, then you're just kind of blending in. You're not made to stand in line, to blend in. You're made to stand out.
Okay, I'm inspired by that.
Yeah, 100%.
And yet, are we like, okay, so do I want to be called crazy? Do I want to be do I want to be the one with the arrows in my back? I don't know. What do you think?
But that's the mindset a lot of people have got, right? Do they want to be the odd one out? Okay? Because you either be the shepherd or you be the sheep, meaning you lead or you be led.
Okay, but there's something in between.
Well, there's something in between where you can...
Because I don't want to be a sheep, so yeah, but...
But you could go your own way. But the end of the day is, how uncomfortable is it to be the odd one out? When we're kids, we don't want to be the odd one out. We do everything to fit in, don't we?
No,
we hate being the odd one out.
Yeah.
As an adult, we've already got that predetermined behavior to be like, okay, I don't want to be that.
Keith, also at school, the school I went to, we had uniform, so you're uniform. So you blend in. I mean, literally what he was saying, we're not made to stand in a line. That's what we do in the UK. What about blending in? Like, that's what we do, sit down, shut up, for years and years and years.
And just follow that route, that rat race. We've done numerous episodes on the rat race. But again, it's so uncomfortable to be the odd one out, especially in your friend group, right? Everyone else is talking about, I want more money, I want this, I want that. And then you go, no, I invest my money. I actually make my money work harder for me. And then you always get that backhanded comment of, are you rich yet? Are you a millionaire? Have you done it? Have you?
The sarcasm.
The sarcasm. And again, it's the point of, I don't want to be that person, right? I don't want to be the odd one out in my group. I want to make sure I blend in because we want people around us. Yeah. But again, it's not about having people around you. It's about having the right people around you. Right. The ones that are going to bring you up.
So we always say, the first step to change is the awareness that you need to change. Yep. Clearly, we're talking about that today, right? But also the environment. Mm-hmm. We always talk about, and people go, yeah, but they don't do anything about it. I'll tell you what was really very inspiring about that was just, why do we need to be reminded that we've got one life?
100%.
That we've only got one shot, and that we should be running towards our dreams, no matter what that might be.
Yeah, 100%.
But Keith, that's easier said than done, though. Like, to have the courage to actually do that is already difficult. And then to do it every single day until you reach that goal.
It's tough. But we say we've got one life, but a lot of people don't know how long that lasts, right? You can have 90 years, you can have 80 years, you can have 70 years, you can have 60 years, some unlucky people. So you don't know how long that life is. No. So again, you've just got to be like, right, what am I going to do to make that change? How am I going to live every single day like it's my last? And I know that's very cliche to say, because everyone goes, oh, just live every day like it's your last. YOLO, you only get you only live once, as they say. But again, it's all about the change that you want to make. Number one, you're going to want to make it. Because you could say, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this, I want to change, I want to change. You say it to everyone. But if you don't truly believe that you want to change the person that you are, you're never going to make that change.
But Keith, look, here's the thing, right? Because I was really thinking, because my father's in hospital right now and he's doing chemotherapy and he's got dementia and it's the beginning of the end, basically. Even if he survives this, he's in his 80s, right? So it's not like he's got forever. And I haven't got a clue what I was about to say, but basically, look, you can say, I want something, but unless you have people around you who are supporting you, sometimes by kicking you, sometimes by chiding you and tickling you and teasing you, and and sometimes by, come on, let's do it together. How the hell are you supposed to do it by yourself? Why do people even think about doing it by themselves?
No, it's so tough. And I remember when I first started Investment Mastery, with my group that I surrounded myself with, money was a sore subject for a lot of people. And the same with my family, by the way. Talking about money is a sore subject. So when you talk about your success and how much you are making, some people take that as negative.
I don't think it should be your family. They're probably not the right people.
No, but this is the point. So what did I have to do to really make that shift? I had to change my environment and the people I surround myself with. And now the old group that I surround myself with ask me questions about, what are you doing with your investing and trading? How can I do this? What can I do? And it's inspired other people. So now I've got people around me that actually want to help me grow and bring me up rather than bring me down.
So now you're being that shepherd.
Yeah. So now I had people around me to push me. And now I could be that person, to push other people.
Yeah.
So again, you are only able to lead other people until you are comfortable in the position that you are right now. It's like you say, you can't ever fill someone's cup if your cup is half empty.
I'm actually going to come back to the point about environment, because I just think that people hear it, but they just don't really do. They go, yeah, I must make a change. But you said it's difficult to achieve your goals without other people. I think it's impossible. I think it's impossible. I think you've got winning the lottery is 1 in 14 million. I think this is 1 in a billion, doing it by yourself. I don't know anybody who's done it by themselves. Name me one person who's done it by themselves.
I can't. And again, the fact is, you're going to have dips, right? We talk about it, and this is why our momentum meeting really comes into play, because you have something known as a 90-day dip. At the beginning of the 90 days, what have we got? We've got a lot of motivation. We've got a lot of energy. We've got a lot of commitment, because we're going to do what we said we're going to do. And we're like, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. But after the 90 days is coming to the end, your motivation is dropping. Your energy is dropping. Okay, you might have had a couple of...
Could be earlier, could be later.
It could be. But we give a kind of the average. And that 90-day dip, so you've got to think, right, if I know that I'm going to have some level of a dip in, say, 30, 60, 90, whatever it is, so you should know yourself by that, how am I going to make sure that I don't go back to where I first started?
Sure. If you were rational, if you were somebody who you would put all of that in place, absolutely. Yeah. But do you think most people do?
No, but this is the point. A lot of people.
I'm actually going to say something here. Because I'm still thinking about this, and I'm thinking about my goals. I'm thinking about my dad and everything. I'm going to say this: if you are setting goals without knowing who is going to support you and hold you accountable, push you, pull you towards that goal, you shouldn't even be doing it. Forget it, because you are going to fail.
So there is a thing that no, 100%. And we follow a simple process called SMART goals, okay? Where you have specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, time bound. I'd always say the goals that I have is a SMART-T goal, okay, with an E at the end. Yeah. Because you've got to be specific. You got to know what you want, okay? Don't beat around the bush, go, I would like this. No, what do I want?
So very specific.
Very specific.
Right, come on, let's use you as an example. So you are you're going to run the marathon, the London Marathon, which is amazing. I've done it, and it is hard. It is really hard. Yeah. And good luck if you still have your toenails at the end of it.
Thank you for that.
Well, let's see. Okay, so SMART. So what is the S?
So specific.
Specific.
Okay, and it's right now, I want to complete the marathon. Okay, that's very specific.
It, just complete it.
Just complete.
No time?
This is where the T comes
into
place.
Okay, keep going. What's the M?
Okay, so the M is measurable. And then what I'm going to be looking at is, okay, how long am I going to be running for? So what is my time split? I haven't got that just yet because I'm still doing my training with the 10K.
What would we say, about 5 hours?
Okay,
4.5?
4.5.
You're young.
Well, you say I'm young. My knee's old. But give or take, I want 5 hours, sub 5 hours. Okay. So I've got that. Is it attainable? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Okay, I can definitely do that.
Right, so if you said something like, I'm going to achieve this in like 1 hour, that's just ridiculous.
That's not, so the A and R.
That's a goal, and some people do that. They go, I'm going to be a billionaire tomorrow. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the A and the R, attainable and realistic, kind of falls in that line. Okay. If I'm saying I'm going to complete the marathon in sub 2 hours, is that really realistic for me? And then the time bound.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how long have I got to do this? And I said, for me, the smart system works for a lot
you
of
know,
people.
wait, hold on, the T, so the time. So you're saying it's until April when the marathon.
I've
We
got-
don't have a little longer. You've only got a
I've
couple of
got-
months.
I've got-
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got 4 months.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting. But then I said,
Oh, it's January now. So January. So you got
January,
February,
March, April.
You don't
so
have long,
it's
you
the
don't have
beginning
long.
of Jan. So
Yeah.
I've got 4 months. But then it's the last bit, as I said, smart T with
Yeah.
an E at the end, and that's the environment. Who are you surrounding yourself with? I've got people that are keeping me accountable. Okay, I've got running buddies now. I've got people in our community that's offering me to run with them. We've got a gentleman, Jamie Gross, who was on the LTIS. He's done marathons, and now we're going to start doing running together. We're going to train. Okay, and again, because he's got the experience of that. He's already done that.
So it's funny because you've done the E. I just changed it to SMART, SMAA, and the A is the who's holding me accountable.
Accountability.
So we've done exactly the same thing. 'Cause
But the opposite way.
isn't that interesting? So we both of us separately. I didn't know you did that. I've got my way of doing it. He's got his way of doing it. He's had the E for environment at the end. I've had the A for accountability. It's the same thing because I know I am going to achieve my goal if somebody holds me
Yeah.
accountable. Wow. That's powerful.
But again, we think in different ways as well. Okay, you like the term accountability. Okay, and you like someone pushing you. I like the term environment, that I can bring other people up along with me and they bring me up. So it's a kind of different point because I like being pushed, okay, but I want to be able to support others as well. So that's the environment. So that's why I use environment rather than accountability for
I
that.
learned something. Wow. Okay, so whatever works for you, as long as you have either the extra A or the E at the end. I have to say the E. That sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty good. This is awesome, though. All right. I hope you're learning something here. I certainly am. Okay, let's have a look. Most people, on the reaction to the Dean Graziosi thing, you only get one life. Don't waste it. Okay?
100%.
But people do though. Why? You know, because we live on autopilot. Because we get up, it's like we're tired, and we have a coffee, and blah blah blah, and it's the same thing, the same thoughts, the same actions, and therefore the same what outcomes every
Because
single
they're too
day.
comfortable. The more you stay in your comfortable zone, the more you're just going to live that same life. Get out of the comfortable
But
zone.
Keith, people want more comfort.
They do.
They actually can't wait to get home and have that glass of wine. Can't wait to rush home and settle down on the sofa to watch Netflix. And at the end of their lives, it's like, so how was all that Netflix then? Was it good?
Good shows.
I mean, is that really living life? I'm talking to myself here as well. Is that really living life?
You got to have experiences. Being comfortable is great for the latter part of your life. Why you have the time that you have right now, live life, go for experiences, travel the world, see different people, different cultures. You learn so much from speaking to different people around the world.
Yeah. And what about looking out of place? Do people really want that, though, to start off with, looking out of place? Like you say, people at kindergarten, at school, sit down, shut up. We want to blend in. And Dean Graziosi is saying, you know, we're not made for blending in.
But that's what
Originally.
that's what we've been taught, right? In school, the school system is uniformity, right? We are taught to blend in with everyone else and don't be out of place. Look at the people that are out of place. What happens to them? They get picked on. They get signaled out. They don't get part of the groups and blah, blah, blah. And that is what's taught into adult life because you've been taught it as a kid of, I need to just be part of the norm.
Yeah.
But being
So it's
out
not
of
easy,
place,
is it?
it's not. But being out of place is inspiring for other people. Okay, imagine what you can do by being out of place for your family, your friends, and your future family.
Yeah.
Just from being out of place and the growth that you can have.
Yep, absolutely. So, but how do we do that? How do we practice that? You know, here's an example of someone struggling with exactly what we're talking about here. Okay, this is from Correctly Granular here. How do you stay motivated on the long road to FI?
Financial independence.
Financial independence, when progress feels slow. And that's the point. It might feel slow. That's just a feeling.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, the grass growing under, or the whatever you're growing, but it's underneath. You can't see it. It feels like, but is something happening? Does the farmer plant the seed and then say, well, a day later, nothing's happening. Well, something's happening. You just can't see it. But the farmer's going, but there's nothing happening. Oh, well, and then, you know, after a couple of months, something comes through. It's been happening, people. It's happening. Keep going. This is what they say. The journey to financial independence can feel exciting at first, right? But over time, the grind sets in. Saving, investing, cutting back takes years. And sometimes it feels like all the effort barely moves the needle. And now comes the next bit, watching other people spend freely or hit milestones faster. You know, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and they're all succeeding there because no one's going to put all their failures on there, right? So you only see people succeeding, and so now you start comparing. Excuse me, you start comparing, right? And then he says it makes it even harder to stay focused, and it's easy to feel like you're falling behind. So here's the question. This is a question I have for you, Keith. How do you keep yourself motivated when the progress feels slow? Do you set small goals along the way, celebrating milestones, right? Track your growth closely, or just keep reminding yourself of the bigger picture and why you started? What do you think?
Yeah, the first thing that's missing there is comparison. Stop comparing yourself. Comparison is the killer of joy, right? And the more you compare yourself to other people's journey and what they're doing in their life, all of a sudden your successes seem minuscule. So that's the first thing. Stop comparing, because
unless it inspires you.
Unless it inspires. But for a lot of people, they use it to be a more demotivational rather than motivational.
Okay.
And that's a problem, right? Because
you can't win that comparison.
You can't.
There's always somebody bigger,
you
smaller.
have envy. Right, and you're like, I want that, and I don't want you to have it because I want it, right? But it should inspire you. So that's number one. Stop comparing yourself. Your journey is your journey, and celebrate them wins.
All right. Oh, so celebrate the wins, yeah?
Yeah.
So would you say setting smaller goals, milestones, so that you are achieving stuff along the way? Otherwise, you're waiting. Oh, bloody hell.
So when I set my goal, I obviously have my big why I want to do this. I break that down into a subsection of a 12-month goal. In the next year, where do I want to be? Once I've got my 12th month, I break that down to 6 months, okay? By 6 months, I have to be half the way towards my 12-month goal for me to be able to achieve that, logically. And then from the 6th month, I break that to a 3-month goal. And then say, this is where I want to go. Okay, so I go from my big why.
When do you do
12.
that? Because most people, they start in January, they're excited. Is that when you do it?
No.
When do you do it?
No, I do mine at the beginning of April.
Huh?
Yeah, every financial year.
A financial year?
Correct.
How
because
interesting.
A lot of my goals are financially driven. Right. And I don't like the fact of it takes for me to go, new year, new me. No, it's, okay, what was my financial result from April to April?
Oh, so it's the 90 day.
Yeah. Where was I from April 24 to April 25? And where do I want to now go from April 25 to April 26 with my finances?
So that's 1 year.
Growing.
That's 1 year.
But
I thought you said 30 day, like a sprint.
But again, it's for the point of my year, it then breaks down into quarterly sprints, as you said. But it's all well and good setting goals. And I say this to our gold members and mastery coaching members all of the time, is setting a goal is great, but you need tasks alongside that, because you can have a vision, and this is where I want to be in 3 months. But if you don't know what tasks you need to do to achieve that,
okay, so there's the tasks you need to do. But I personally think that to wait a whole year, even 90 days, I think there should be little milestones along the way that you can, when you achieve them, you then celebrate them. Because otherwise, you know, you might be waiting a long time, and in the meantime, you get totally demotivated. So for you, it might be a 90-day milestone.
Yeah.
For other people, it might be a monthly milestone, or it might be when they achieve something. But I think setting these kind of micro targets is really important, because it keeps your brain rewarded and your motivation alive. And I think that's so important. Not just some people have a 5-year vision or a 10-year or 15-year. I mean, that's great and everything, but are you really going to stay motivated that long?
You got to break that down. And I said it last night on one of our webinars about celebrating them wins, because imagine when you celebrate your win and other people's wins. So let's just say you post on a community chat, I made 2% this month with my trading, and you get everyone else celebrating. Well done, amazing, well done, blah, blah, blah. All of a sudden, that makes you feel good inside, right? The endorphins go up, and you're going to want to find all smaller wins to carry on celebrating, so you can have that feeling time and time again.
Yeah.
And what that does is, yeah, okay, it's selfish because you love the feeling with the endorphins, but it causes you to take action. And I think that's one of the biggest things people don't do, is celebrate them wins, because they're just like...
Selfish. What's wrong with... What?
No, it's not really selfish, but again, it's you focusing on, okay, it makes me feel good, so I'm going to continue doing that.
Of course.
But you've got to do that.
What's wrong with that?
Point. No.
Okay. What about tracking your progress visually? Is there a way, like, obviously in trading and investing, we can draw a chart of our profits going up. That's very motivational, right?
Yep. It depends really what that goal is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if the goal is financial, there's a very simple way of tracking it.
Yeah, but if it's losing weight or adding muscle or whatever, same thing.
So then I would say you can have pictures. Okay, I've got pictures of when I first started the gym to where I am now, where I want to be. So I've got pictures.
Any changes? Any changes?
Yeah, definitely changes.
Okay.
I had a bit of a double chin during COVID. Do you not remember COVID? Me in the big turtlenecks, and
I thought that's why you grew your beard to cover it up. No,
I wouldn't call this a beard.
No, I was going to say.
No, I wouldn't call it a beard. But again, you can have visual progress, okay, like the gym when you're going out. You can have also milestones that you're setting yourself and celebrating them wins. If you like experiences and going around the world celebrating, you can.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like tracking your progress visually. Like, how do you do that? So if there is, for example, if it's you said I'm going to go to the gym every day or whatever, do 20 press-ups a day, having a little cross on the chart, and you must not have a gap.
Yeah,
that's one that works really well for most people. Having that chain of, you must not have a gap in there. So even you're just about to go to bed and you think, oh, I haven't done it. You get down and you quickly do some before going to bed.
Of course.
And the other thing I think is reconnecting to what we started off with, which is your why. What is that root? But like you said, it's not this one, it's the root cause. Reconnecting. Some people call it your purpose. Like why, the why. What is your purpose? What is it that the great Jim Rohn said? He said, the bigger your why, the easier the how, because it just takes care of itself, because you have such a big, and if you have a very, very small reason why, which most people do, any sarcasm, any comment from a family member, and they stop doing it.
No, 100%. And when you are looking at your why, it's all well and good having a why, but having it in front of you where you see it all of the time, subconsciously, then it's connected to you. So for example, my why, I have it always in front of me. Okay, I have it printed, I have it on my screens, I have it everywhere. So I always see it, so it's always part of me. But also when I feel like I'm having a dip in motivation, I just go back to it, look at why am I doing this? And if I don't feel motivated by it, by just looking at it, I know, right, I need to change that now because it doesn't work for me. So if I look at it and go, that's good, okay, and I don't get no feeling or motivation from it, I know, right, I need to go back and reconnect.
Interesting. Again, the environment there is so important, right? Because like there's a difference between making a decision and commitment. And commitment is doing the thing that you said you were going to do long after the feeling in which you said it back then has gone.
Yeah.
That's commitment. So yeah, you can change it for sure, but also remembering why, was that really deep enough? Yeah. Okay, so let's do this then. We're going to talk about yearly versus 90 days. You like the 90 days, so you go for the 90-day plan. Yeah. So in terms of time frame, the yearly goal will be long-term, big picture direction. What would be the 90-day plan?
So 90 days is the short, focused, and actionable.
Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, and the progress on the yearly goals would be slower, but aligned with the final vision. What would it be with the 90-day
So with the 90-day, it's fast and measurable wins. So you get that sense of immediate gratification sometimes.
Well, it's not that immediate. It's every 90 days,
but it's
right?
still more immediate than...
I mean, that's a big milestone. Maybe there's some smaller milestones along the way as well.
Yeah.
To make sure that, your brain is getting those wins. Flexibility on the yearly goal would be more fixed and overarching. What would it be for the 90 days?
So it's more easy to adapt and refine.
Absolutely. Oh, that's the one thing, actually. Because if you had weekly little mini goals or quarterly, I'd be able to change it. On the monthly, I'd be able to change it 11 times.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
So whereas you, on your 90-day, you can only change it another 3 times.
Yeah. But then again, you can, with that kind of adaptability to it, you can see when you're off track and quickly change it.
Yeah, but only every 90 days.
But 90 days is still quick enough.
It's up to you. I'm just saying, if you have it every day, then you can change it every day. This is why I like trading and investing, versus property, for example.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, did you see that a few months ago we did that kind of debate with Samuel Leeds?
Loved it.
I thought it was really good. I think it was just being nice, to be honest. I don't think he went, full on with me, but it was really good. Why? I don't know why I said that. There was a
so you were saying about trading and investing against property.
Oh yeah, that's right. So basically, the reason I like trading and investing is because we're in a stock or crypto, whatever, an asset for days to weeks.
Yeah.
So therefore, I can change things if things aren't going right. Whereas with property, you might have to wait a long time, a year, 2 years, etc., to go, oh, actually, this strategy isn't working very well, so I might need to change it. Again, I have property. It's not that I don't like it. Obviously, we need to do both.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about impact on motivation on the yearly goals. it keeps you anchored to long-term purpose. I think that's difficult, long-term purpose.
Yeah.
But anyway, what would the 90-day plan be?
So it builds more momentum and confidence with 90 days.
And so, if you can, monthly would be even better.
Yeah.
Weekly would be even better, but who does that?
But again, then it becomes too much. Okay.
Well, for some people.
Yeah, because if you are not having a focus, I always say with our members, focus is follow one cause until success, right? And
So say that again.
Follow one cause until success.
Right.
Focus.
Nice.
But if you carry on changing it, all of a sudden you're not going to focus. It's like being a jack of all trades, master of none, and you keep being adaptive. So
That's true. That's
there's
true,
a point
actually.
of being adaptive, but there's a point of overdoing it.
You got to let things play out a little bit to really understand whether they're working. I'm leading towards your 90-day again here. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. So what do we think? 90 days, you like it? Per quarter, money, mindset, habits. So you don't like this, what is it? New year, new me?
Nope.
New quarter, new me.
Well, I don't really like putting a saying to it, right?
Well,
if someone says a saying to me, I go, right, new year, same me, right? Because again, I'm in a comfortable position that I can continue doing what I'm doing because I know my growth is not in the next year, it's in the next 2, 4,
Are you
6
saying
years.
because it's compounds anyway?
Because it's compounded.
Yeah.
So if I now have a foundation that I'm comfortable with and I'm being successful with, why am I going to try and change that?
Sure, but most people, we're talking to most people who are maybe, they're saying, right, come on, I need to make a change here. It's the new year, and therefore you do need to go deep. You need to find that root cause, and you need to change your identity to somebody who is successful, who is taking action.
Yeah.
And that means money, mindset, habits, all of those things.
Correct.
That's so difficult.
But one thing that I would say, even before you even think about what is your goals, what is the why, blah, 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 why do you keep coming back to this every single year? That's the first thing, because you have to have a look at your failures. People are scared to fail, but you never truly fail as long as you take a lesson away from the mistakes that you've just made. So if you are continuing to do this every single year, it's become a habit.
It's crazy.
What has stopped you the past 5 years of making this change? First of all, identify that, because then when you're writing your whys, your goals, you already know over the last couple of years, the reason I've not made the changes because of X, Y, and Z. So I need to incorporate that into.
No one's going to do that, Keith. You need a coach. Where are you? Right? It doesn't have to be us. It can be somebody else. But you need a coach to get this out of you. Otherwise, you're going to sit there and go, I'll do it tomorrow. And that's it. It's done. That's the end until next year. Again, I'm really coming around to this. Yeah, why would we ever set New Year goals? I think it really needs to be at least on a quarterly basis.
Correct.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow. Okay. So what about this? Breaking down then, because you can't just set a goal 90. All right, in 90 days I'm going to do it without an action plan. The tasks that you were talking about earlier. So what would that be, on a weekly basis maybe?
So you could say on a weekly basis that you have it. When I break down, and we do it with our members as well, when we break down what the 90 days is going to look like, we always talk about the past 90 days first of all. Reviewing is so crucial, because if you don't review, you don't ever know what you've done right, what you've done wrong.
So what are you reviewing? You're reviewing the tasks, or is it the mindset behind this?
I think the first thing that I review is what is the highlights of that month, of that quarter.
Okay,
what did I do well?
Yeah.
What really motivated me? Because that again is the first thing. If you see I done this right, all of a sudden you're going to want to carry on doing it.
You said pain motivates more. Why you so now? But that's pleasure.
No, but remember, everyone likes successes. We were talking about the success. The pain is that big reason to make the changes.
Okay.
Right. The little pleasure point of I've achieved this is going to keep you.
So you start with that.
Yeah.
Okay, and
then I have what was the lowlights. Okay, what did I not achieve? What did I not do well? And a lot of people hate that because it's a hit against their ego. Okay, but again, your failures are your attempts in learning. So take a
say
lesson.
that again.
So fail is first attempt in learning.
First attempt in learning.
Correct.
It's coming in with, there was focus, there's fail.
But again, we have to take a lesson away from that so we don't make the same mistake. And then once you see, I've done this, my highlights, this is my lowlights, then, okay, what is the next 90 days going to look like for me?
Based on, but with the learning of the last 90 days, not just like, I'm going to do this again, the same thing, and then fail again.
Yeah. So if you say, for example, the past 90 days, one of my big goals was have a live trading account. By the end of the 90 days, you don't have a live trading account. you go, right, why did I not have that? What did I do wrong?
So live trading account with real money as opposed to a demo account. We always start people on a demo account first.
Yeah, correct. And then you go, right, I didn't achieve that in the last 90 days. What do I now need to change to make sure I achieve it this 90 days?
Well, be profitable would be a good
be
thing.
Profitable. But then you've got to look back on why did you not open a live trading account? And it could be that point of you're not confident, you're not profitable. So then you go, right, I did not open up my trading account from the last 90 days because I'm not confident in what I'm doing. So then you go back and you say, right, there's one word there, confidence. What does it mean to me? Whenever you use words, big buzzwords that people like to use all of the time, always relay it to what is the meaning to me, not the general meaning in the dictionary. What does confidence mean to me? What does it look like to me? Because once you understand that, you could go, the reason I'm not confident is because of X, Y, and Z. So I now need to put in place X, Y, and Z to be confident, and then I'll have my live account.
Right. So since you said that, I've just changed my answer because you've explained it now. Because before I was just be profitable, but actually it might be I need to do more back testing on the strategy.
On the strategy.
Which you can do in trading and investing. You can't do that with other things. Yeah. So that's why I love trading and investing. Hello, everybody. Right. So you can go back in time, you can back test it, etc. You can back test our crap out of it.
Yeah.
So you can do 100, 150, 200 of these things. And then you just do the next one live.
100%. And just carry on doing the same thing.
Love it.
But again, we do need to look at what went right, what went wrong, and then reconnect that to where I want to be in the next 90 days. And I think that does help then keep you going. And even when you had a failure, you carry on building on that. And I said it to the new gold group, that gold fast track members that we just had. And I said, think of it like a snowball, right? The more that you're not achieving your goals and your tasks that you've set in yourself, the more the snowball goes down the hill. And the more it gains traction, what does it do? It gets bigger and bigger and bigger until it becomes an avalanche. And all of a sudden, you're so overwhelmed that you don't actually then take any action.
Can this also work for positive things? Like you have a positive snowball effect?
Of course you can. But a lot of people only focus on the negatives, not the positive. This is why I say when you review your 90 days, highlights and lowlights is so crucial. What did I do right? What did I do wrong?
I have a question for you, right? So if somebody gets really good at doing these 90 days, the quarterly sprints, right? And they're like achieving, would you ever say to them, right, you know what you're doing now. Let's make it 2 months. Because then you have even more successes, right? So instead of having 4 successes, i.e. 90 days, 90 days, 90 days, 90 days, you would end up with 2 months. So 60 days, 60 days, 60 days, 60 days, 60 days, 60 days, right? You get more done, no?
No, you can definitely get more done. But then when you are shortening that time frame, are you just going to take actions and choose actions that are quick and achievable, rather than focusing on that bigger picture? Because what a lot of people do go, oh my God, I ain't got time to do this. So I'm going to figure out what is that quick win? What's this win, this win, this win?
Could be.
Whereas if you go, right, I've got 90 days to achieve this, then you can focus on that longer term growth. Because when I say to someone, every single week, you must do this, 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 they go, right, I don't have the time. So what's the quickest one for me to achieve? Okay. Just so I feel like I'm doing something.
Interesting. Would you do the quickest one first, or would you do the tough one, the eat that frog?
Yeah.
As Brian Tracy says.
For me personally, I'd rather eat the frog, okay? And what that term is eat the frog as a tadpole rather than a grown frog. But a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people want the quick ones to get out of the way because then it makes the task look a lot smaller.
Yeah, and it feels good, gives them motivation. Is there any right or wrong, really?
There's not really any right or wrong. You just need to make sure that the bigger tasks are the ones that actually are going to change.
You mean the bigger tasks are the ones that are going to move the needle?
Correct.
So you should do those first, really.
For me, they're the ones that should be done first.
I agree. You should do those
because they're the ones that actually change your journey.
And they're probably the ones you don't want to do. You feel the energy, right? You have the list. You go, oh, I don't want to do that one. So you're going to do that one last. Exactly. So do that one first. People, please do that one first. Your body is literally telling you that's what you need to do. But run towards the fire.
It's like, in the term what I do, because we always talk about health and fitness, it's like going to the gym. There's 2 parts of the body I hate: exercising, legs and shoulders. Hate it. So what do? I merge it in with something I like doing. So then when I'm doing chest and tries, I do a little bit of shoulders because I know that I'm going to have stuff I like doing and then one exercise I don't like doing. And then the same with my legs as well. So it's all about putting in the tasks that you don't like to do and making it fun in some way. making it something that you want to achieve.
I think the other thing is whatever it is that you don't want to do and you know you should be doing that one first, is doing it when you have the most energy. Now, for some people, that's first thing in the morning, like literally first thing in the morning. Some people, it's a little bit later. Some people, maybe in the evening, but knowing yourself again. And then we talked about, making sure you track those wins along the way, celebrating them properly. And then end of the quarter, again, you'd probably start with a review, I'm guessing.
Correct. And then that, again, is your highlights, your lowlights, what went well, what didn't go well, where am I at with my goals, and then what does the next 90 days look like?
Yeah, absolutely. Wow. Okay, question to you. For those in a slump with investing or putting off starting, most people don't even invest, which is, by the way, with AI coming along, with inflation going up, with it being more and more difficult out there because of devaluation, etc., there's going to be people with assets, Keith, and those without.
Correct.
And honestly, you're going to need assets, i.e., start investing, growing what you own, your net worth, right? So for those in a slump with investing who haven't started, what can they do to start making progress?
Number one, change your mindset to investing and trading, because again, you are uniform with a lot of people out there that think investing and trading is only for the institutions, only for the bigger players. It's not. It's for us as well. So take control of your money and you can make that change. And it is simpler than people believe. Institutions make it seem so complicated. Why? Because the more complicated they make it, the more you're going to give the money to them.
That's right. Please help me have my money.
But it's not complicated.
No.
And we've got two amazing resources for that. We've got the Lunchtime Investor and we've got the Lunchtime Trader as well. So the investor book is all about crypto. The trading book is all about stocks and shares. So again, it's where can I now make my money work harder for me?
Absolutely. And you can access both of those for free. All you need to do is just, I guess, there's going to be some notes below this.
Correct.
Just go ahead and download those. 25 years of experience in that. And I read it again the other day. It's
a great book.
It is really good. You should definitely read it and digest it. Not just read it, study it.
Yeah.
Don't just read it, study it, okay? Final thoughts. Change doesn't happen because the calendar resets, right? But then again, 90 days is also 90 days. But anyway, so do it on a quarterly basis. I think this is a great episode, actually. Yeah. And I think, in a way, people should now that you've listened to it or you've watched it, go back again to the beginning and now use it to plan your next,
90 days.
90 days, not year. Yeah. Right. Amazing. I love that. And then reset that identity of somebody who is a goal achiever. Not just like, oh, I know it doesn't work. And that's why those small successes are so important, because they build. And then create that clear plan. Be consistent. Keep yourself accountable if you can. I think it's so hard to keep yourself accountable. I think the number one reason people don't achieve their goals is because they try and do it by themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Surround yourself with the right people and take the action. As Tony Robbins said, and it always sticks with me, when is now the best time, right? And again,
is it now?
It is now. Just take that action. And you shouldn't think of it, because it is 2026, now's the best. No, now is the best time because of what's going on in the economy.
What's the second best time?
Now.
There's no third best time?
Now.
Okay.
There's no better time.
I was going to say the next, after the next quarter, but no, I think you're right. It is now, because we only have one life.
We do.
We only have one shot at this. Wow, that was an amazing episode. So again, now that you've listened to it, go back and study it and start taking action on it. Maybe what you want to do is obviously download the books and read them and study those, and then get somebody that you trust. Could be a friend, could be a family member, but probably a friend, somebody that you admire, and hold each other accountable. And let's get going. So, and always remember this. We always finish on this. Never quit, because if he can do it, you can do it.